What's going on, everybody, and the cows and horses behind me? It's Douglas, and we're back on a creative world to continue my Becoming a Builder series. Today we're going to be focusing on doorways. Doorways are something that are deceptively difficult to do. You'd think that they'd be easy. I mean, it's just a door, right? Luckily, I have an example right over here. This is a great example of, an adequate door. It's flush with, if you look at it from this angle, it fits right in with the rest of the blocks. It doesn't create any depth at all, but I mean, it still looks nice. Why not? This is where the deceptively easy part comes in, because to turn this into this takes a lot of skill. And I am going to be developing that skill in myself today. To get better doorways, I think I'm just gonna have to jump right in and start building some. So I've got 3 pedestals here, 1, 2, and 3. On each pedestal, I'm going to do different doors. I'm gonna do oak, spruce, and dark oak. 3 of the most basic wood types. Usually when doing simple doorways like this, what I will do is put trap doors around the outside of it just to dress it up a little bit. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Here is a basic doorway for an oak door that I've used in quite a lot of builds. The little depth I am able to give by putting the trapdoor on this block and the door back a block looks kind of nice. Another way that I have done entryways in the past, especially for spruce doors or doors that are a little bit more solid, is to simply grab some logs that'll look good. Usually with spruce, I'll either get birch or I'll get dark oak. I don't know if it's generally a good practice or not, but I usually avoid using the same type of wood for the main focal point and for the decoration around it. So I'm going to go ahead and try a couple different things. First off, I'm going to build a frame around it with stripped birch logs. I don't like how straight it is. What if I bring it out just a block? If I bring it out like that. Okay, that kind of looks nice, kind of sunk back in. All right, let's see what the dark oak looks like though. Now that changes the feel pretty significantly to something that's a little more cozy, a little more, like you'd find on a cabin of someone who lives in the woods. Another trick that I learned from watching some of my favorite Minecraft people on YouTube is if you actually pop this door out of here and put it on this block, you can create an even better looking door. Because remember, on the villager door that we found over here, it was flush with the rest of the outline around it, and I didn't think that looked very good. So no matter what happens, I'm going to want to make sure that there's a little bit of separation between the outline and the door itself. Moving right along to this dark oak. Moving right along to this dark oak door. As far as very basic doorways go, these are kind of the main 2 ideas that I've had. So I'm going to just come in and try a few things and see what I think. The reveal, voila. Here's what I came up with. I really liked the idea of moving it up one because it lets you see the full picture a little bit. So I raised the door up, put some stairs below it, used spruce and dark oak because they go pretty well together. I used the idea of the first one with the trap doors, but I added a little bit more depth by putting stairs on the top and bottom. So overall, I love these 3 designs to start off. Very simple, very easy if you want to put them into your starter builds and things like that. It's very versatile too if you want to do different color blocks, color schemes, block palettes, stuff like that. Moving right along, over here behind this blank stone wall, I have a design that I made after Googling a little bit. Now, this is something I like to do and encourage everyone else to do. If you are struggling for inspiration, like I kind of was, Google it. Oh, there you go, a little preview up there. People have been building on Minecraft for a very long time, and there are people that are much better than I am, and much better with all aspects of things. So I did a quick little Google search and found some ideas. I'll link a video that I found that was super nice in the description. It was by a guy a creator named Eli's Art, and it gave me a lot of great inspiration. Even after Googling, I didn't want to copy anybody, so I was just going to kind of share my thought process with you as I went. So here we have a little basic outline. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this side. This is a similar block palette to the starter house that I built in my Learning Java Survival world. And it's got a little bit more depth, you know, one block out and another block out for the stairs and stuff like that. The raised entry that I liked from the design that I just did, however, it's gonna need a little bit more decoration to look like a finished product. So I'm gonna go ahead and use walls right here and right here, birch fences to match the stairs and the door. Come over with trapdoors. Ooh, I don't like that it's so far away. I'm gonna go ahead and move that back a smidge. Boom. I think that looks much fancier than these three, and it fits pretty well. For my final design, I'm going to challenge myself a little bit and use a wood type that I have never used before. I wanted to do a single entry and a double entry, so I widened this base out a little bit. So a double entry, and the block palette that I want to use for this kind of matches everything on the door. So the hinges have gray, dark gray, and light gray, which I think go really well with polished basalt. See, check that out. Now, if I'm going to be using polished basalt, I'm going to want to raise these up, but not on like birch planks or spruce planks or anything. So I think I'm going to use some deep slate. Now, to frame the build, that looks great. I also wanted to bring something else from this build, being the stairs across the top. Make sure they are lined up nice. If I put polished basalt right next to it, I don't like how it just boom, goes right into gray tones. So I think I'm just gonna pop the basalt out one and put something else in between the basalt and the doors. Ooh, the crimson logs clash. And actually looking at it, I could put some texture in here. A little bit of texture makes the transition even better into the stairs. So what I think I'm going to do is create a little bit of an archway, and then, ooh, I can put trapdoors up here. Ooh, you know what? What if I put light sources behind the trapdoors? Ooh, I think I like it. Perfect. Ooh, that looks nice. All right, that is a dope entry right there, if I do say so myself. Now, I think that I want a little bit more depth. So what I'm gonna do is still have these on the side, but then maybe have it come out like this on the back. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I really like that. Now I'm going to also put those there to cover up those spots. I like it. The only thing that I'm questioning is these pillars right here. Do I need them? What if I pop them out? Does it still look good? It still looks pretty dang good without them. I wanted to bring chains down. But what if, instead of having another layer of depth out here, I just put the chains here on the sides, using something that we already have in the build, which is deep slate. How does that look? Let's change it up on this side, just so I can get a better idea. 1, 2, 3. I like the one on the left better, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now, which height do I like better? I think I like the height on the right better. Oops. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oop. All right. Whoop. I'm just breaking everything. Okay. I like that a lot. Wow. Okay. Just as a little recap, doorways are one of the most important things to do on a build. The last thing you see before you go inside, and so it'll leave a lasting impression. In my experience, if you don't like the doorway, you're gonna kind of feel unsettled every time you go into a building. So I decided to make a few designs here for you. The first one, very simple. Trapdoors around the outside, door in the middle. Perfect for starter bases. Moving on, just as simple, a little bit different though. To create the depth that I wanted, I put the door on this outside block instead of the one in the middle. Moving right along, I kind of tested myself a little bit and added some more depth. Popped some stairways in on the top and bottom. I like a raised entry. I think it looks nice. And the doors on the side, the trap doors on the side from the first build make it look nice and clean. Moving along, I kind of Googled some ideas and came up with these last two. I love the fence, or the wall on the bottom going into the fences, trapdoors across the top. Makes it look a little bit nicer. And finally, the one that I am most proud of today, the mangrove double door entry. Double doors are kind of hard to do because it's, in my opinion, it's always easier to work with odd numbers in Minecraft. But I think that I was able to pull it off pretty nicely, and I am most pleased with this one. the raised entry, the texture around the sides to make sure that the stripped mangrove log didn't clash too much with the door. The chains hanging down either side, I love it. Lanterns on the end, I love it. And yeah, there's not too much I would change about this one. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode of Becoming a Builder. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you had any ideas, comments, questions about any of these designs. And welcome to this journey where I am hopefully going to end up being a builder.